Ever pondered why doctors always insist on matching blood groups before a transfusion? Today we delve into the world of blood grouping. Imagine blood grouping as a complex language that the human body speaks. It's a sophisticated system that distinguishes self from non-self, ensuring our bodies accept what's familiar and reject what's not. Now, where does it gain importance? In medical scenarios, especially transfusions and organ transplants, blood grouping is paramount. A mismatch can be likened to speaking a foreign language to your body, leading to confusion, conflict, and serious health consequences. Picture the body's reaction to a mismatched blood transfusion as an intense argument, ending in a vehement rejection. The repercussions? It could range from mild allergic reactions to life-threatening anaphylactic shock. The stakes are high, and the margin for error is virtually non-existent. Understanding blood grouping can literally be a matter of life and death. But what exactly are these blood groups? And how do they come to be? Well, to understand this, we need to delve into the microscopic world of our blood cells. Imagine a red blood cell. This isn't just a simple red-colored cell floating around in our bloodstream. It's a complex structure with certain proteins and sugars, known as antigens, sticking out from its surface. These antigens are like the ID cards of our red blood cells, distinguishing them from one another. Now let's focus on the ABO system, which is the most common system used to categorize these blood groups. The ABO system recognizes four main blood groups: A, B, AB, and O. These groups are determined by the presence or absence of two particular antigens, A and B. If a red blood cell carries the A antigen, it belongs to blood group A. If it carries the B antigen, it's from blood group B. Those that carry both A and B antigens are classified as AB. And what about those cells that don't carry either antigen? Well, they fall into blood group O. It's also important to note that these antigens are not just randomly assigned. They are inherited from our parents, with each parent contributing one of the two antigens we end up with. This genetic hand-me-down is why you might have the same blood group as one of your parents or a blend of both. But why does this all matter? Well, these antigens play a vital role in blood transfusions. If you give someone blood from a different group, their immune system might see the unfamiliar antigens as invaders and launch an attack. This can lead to serious complications, even death. That's why knowing your blood group and those of potential donors is so crucial in medicine. So blood groups are not just letters and plus or minus signs, but a crucial identity of our blood cells. Now these antigens that determine our blood group, they're also known as agglutinogens. Diving into the heart of the matter, agglutinogens are fascinating substances that have the power to cause a mass of particles to coagulate, or come together and form into a lump. It's like a superhero power, but on a microscopic scale. And in the context of blood, these particles are the red blood cells, the little guys that carry oxygen around our bodies. Now you might be wondering, why would our bodies want to clump these cells together? Well, in normal circumstances, it doesn't. It's when foreign red blood cells, those that don't belong to us, enter our system that this clumping process or agglutination takes place. It's our body's way of saying, hey, you're not from around here, you're not getting through. Let's think of agglutinogens as the name tags on the surface of our red blood cells. They say, hello, I'm from group A, or hey there, I'm from group B. They're the identifiers that our body uses to recognize its own cells. It's like a VIP pass at a concert. If you have the right pass, you're in. If not, you're out. When foreign blood cells enter our bodies, say in a blood transfusion, our immune system checks these name tags. If the tags match, all's well. But if they don't, our body sees these cells as intruders. And that's when our immune system springs into action, producing substances called agglutinins, which bind to the agglutinogens on the foreign cells and cause them to clump together. This agglutination process prevents these foreign cells from circulating freely in our bodies, helping to protect us from potential harm. So, to sum it up, agglutinogens are more than just antigens that determine our blood group. They're the gatekeepers, the identifiers, the VIP passes that decide whether a red blood cell belongs in our body or not. Agglutinogens therefore play a key role in determining how our body reacts to foreign blood cells. But the story doesn't end there. Meet the agglutinins, the other key players in our blood. These are not just ordinary players, they play a pivotal role in the complex world of blood grouping. Agglutinins, in simple terms, are antibodies. But what does that mean? Well, antibodies are proteins that our immune system uses to identify and neutralize foreign objects such as bacteria and viruses. In the context of blood, these antibodies, or agglutinins, cause the clumping or agglutination of specific antigen-bearing cells. Now, let's take a moment to visualize this. Imagine being at a party where you don't know anyone. You're trying to find your friends in the crowd. Similarly, agglutinins are like your internal bodyguards, constantly on the lookout for cells that don't belong. When they spot these foreign cells, they cause them to cluster together, making it easier for your immune system to identify and deal with them. But why are agglutinins so important in the context of blood transfusions? It's all about compatibility. When a person receives a blood transfusion, it's crucial that the recipient's blood type is compatible with the donor's. If the recipient's blood has antigens that the donor's blood recognizes as foreign, the agglutinins will spring into action. They'll cause the donor's cells to agglutinate, which can lead to a transfusion reaction. This is a serious and potentially life-threatening situation that can cause fever, chills, and even kidney failure. So the role of agglutinins is essentially a protective one. They are there to ensure that only compatible blood cells exist in our body. They're like the bouncers at the entrance of a club, making sure that only the right people get in. In conclusion, agglutinins play a crucial role in our blood. They don't just help our immune system identify foreign cells, they also ensure the safety of blood transfusions. They are the unsung heroes in our body, working tirelessly to keep us safe and healthy. Agglutinins, in essence, are the body's defense against mismatched blood. So next time you think about blood, remember these vital guardians. They're more important than you might think. So what does all this mean in the grand scheme of our body's physiology and potential pathology? Well, let's take a moment to connect the dots. The interplay between agglutinins and agglutinogens is not merely a biological dance, but a significant determinant of our body's functions. Agglutinins, the antibodies in our blood, have the crucial task of identifying and binding to foreign agglutinogens. These agglutinogens, present on the surface of red blood cells, are like the ID cards that help our body distinguish self from non-self. This interaction forms the basis of immunity, allowing our body to recognize and fight off foreign invaders. But what happens when things go awry? If an incompatible blood type is transfused, the agglutinins in the recipient's blood will treat the donor's agglutinogens as foreign invaders. This triggers a cascade of reactions, leading to the clumping or agglutination of red blood cells, a potentially life-threatening condition. Hence, the importance of accurate blood grouping cannot be overstated. Furthermore, this interaction plays a pivotal role in various pathological conditions. For instance, in autoimmune hemolytic anemia, the body mistakenly produces agglutinins against its own agglutinogens. Or consider hemolytic disease of the newborn, where a mother's agglutinins cross the placenta and attack the fetus's red blood cells. Understanding these interactions is therefore crucial in diagnosing and treating such conditions. The significance of agglutinins and agglutinogens extends beyond immunology and hematology. It's vital in the field of transfusion medicine, where ensuring compatibility between donor and recipient is of utmost importance to avoid adverse reactions. So, as we delve deeper into the fascinating world of blood groups, we realize that agglutinins and agglutinogens are far from being mere medical jargon. They are integral components in the intricate machinery of our body, affecting not just our health, but our very survival. In the end, blood grouping, agglutinins, and agglutinogens are not just medical jargon, but vital pieces of our body's complex puzzle. Let's take a moment to revisit what we've unraveled today. We've journeyed through the intricate world of blood grouping, exploring its undeniable importance in medical science. We've delved into the heart of blood groups, understanding their unique characteristics and functions. We've also shed light on the pivotal roles of agglutinogens and agglutinins. Remember, agglutinogens are the substances found on the surface of our red blood cells, determining our blood type, while agglutinins, present in our plasma, are responsible for blood clumping or agglutination when they encounter incompatible blood types. These intricate players not only shape our physiological responses, but also have profound implications on the pathology of various diseases. They influence everything from blood transfusions to organ transplants, and even pregnancy. In all, today's exploration has helped us appreciate the complexity and significance of these elements in our bodies. Remember, each drop of blood tells a story. And understanding that story can make all the difference in medical science.